Hello guys, and welcome to episode 43 of my Medieval 2 Total War campaign, playing as England on very hard difficulty. Today we are going to be taking on the battle against Captain Philip with Leofwin of Albrighton. We are up against a bunch of militia for the most part, so it should be relatively simple. Those crossbowmen might do quite a lot of damage if I'm not too careful though, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Just going to have a look to see if there's any other units that I could use to maybe give me a bit more of an advantage. Like having access to more cavalry would definitely be useful. So for example, bringing out France here to help out the army might be an idea, just to reinforce.
We shall slaughter them, my lord.
Never mind, I'm just going to go in. No worries. Let's fight this on the battle map.
Show no mercy! Kill them all! Units, await my orders.
So here we are, in battle. And I'm probably going to have my spearmen on the flanks. We'll have my dismounted feudal knights in the centre. Just make sure they're spread out. I do have a couple of armoured swordsmen. Keep those spearmen on the right. We'll have those guys on the left with a couple of these spear levy. Then what I'm going to do is have all of my archers together in the centre. Just group those and then ungroup them. There we go. That way they're all together at the bottom. Need to turn off their skirmish actually. Then for our cavalry, that can sit on the flanks. I'll even have my general on one flank as well. And we shall start the battle. Oh, okay. They are starting all the way up there. Okay. Probably should have saw that coming. Never mind. I guess I'm just going to have to walk my men up here slowly but surely. Sort out a formation and then get a move on. Going to be quite annoying to flank them, honestly. But we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's speed it up. Let my men get into position. And then we shall approach them. We will still be fighting uphill, but at least it's not up a cliff. Look at them. It's like a massive swarm. So many crossbowmen. I've got to be really careful as we climb up here. I love the way it's turned into like a marching column though. That's really cool. These guys are going to wish they had horses, that's for sure. Wait, where are they going? A classic bait and switch. Not quite sure that's going to work out for them. Because surely I'm always going to have the upper hand? That's weird. Well, what I will do when my units get in position is we'll put them in a control group and I'll just tell them to wander around. Let's do this. And we'll move over here. And what I'll do is just set up the formation It will let me. Like so. But there's not really much space for it, which is why it's been a pain. This is very strange though, that they decided to abandon their very well thought out position on top of the mountain to walk all the way back down again. Their poor soldiers. Because the thing that I can do is just use my longbowmen to attack them from these safe points above the cliffs. Don't tell me they're going to walk all the way around. That would be really annoying. It looks like they are going to. We just switch positions. What are they doing? And I'm going to have to split in two and walk down either side because there is no way I'm going to catch them otherwise. So, that's what we're going to do. Let's just get rid of this group. Oh, saying that, we can fire at them from here, apparently. Holy shit, what are we firing at? Must be these crossbow militia. That is some serious range. If that's the case, maybe we can move up to the edge here and just fire down onto their men. And then, with that being the case, we can slow it down and get these flanks sorted out. Wow. Okay then. So we are able to hit their front line at least. Their crossbows won't have the range, and I think the fact that we're on high ground gives us range anyway. So we are able to just shoot the crap out of them. Interesting. Let's choose from right to left. Gonna hit the spear militia first. Are they? Oh, we have one unit that's all the way back here. No idea why. Those peasant archers are deciding to run through my yeoman archers, so they're going to get themselves killed. This is crazy. They're just sitting at the bottom of the cliffs getting sprayed. What was a fantastic decision became a very, very bad decision for the enemy. Well, this was never a good decision to leave their good place on the hill, but having the hill in the first place was a good decision. A lot of damage I'm doing. That's just ridiculous. We can probably win without even attacking at this rate. This is crazy. As long as I'm firing into this ball, I should be getting plenty of kills.
We are being attacked. We are being attacked.
This is absolutely crazy. Oh shit, okay.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain
yeah, let's not do that.
Victory will be ours.
My cavalry just deciding to run all the way down the hill and charge into the side of them, because why not? Wow. Okay. Actually, let's just charge into these crossbow militia. Come on. Give me a charge. they actually coming up yet? I'm not sure. Either way, we should be able to kill these crossbow militia quite easily with my cavalry. As long as the spear militia don't get involved. The arrow is still flying on down. Let's just pull out of there and go for another charge if we can.
The enemy general flees
Oh,
like
never
a
mind.
coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
Is that the general unit? It is.
Our men have captured the enemy general. Guard him. Only half the enemy force remains.
Well, job done, I guess. That's the other leader there. I think I'm just going to run down all of these guys. Yeah, that's a full route. Let's get these men down here. Our horses. Because we can just absolutely break the crap out of them. They won't last that long. These are crossbow militia. I could charge those. The idea here is just to run all of these guys down.
In our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
Time to finish them off, I guess. These are the mercenary Frankish knights. They might even become rank 9 from this. Probably stop these guys from firing. These longbowmen, even though they've done pretty much all the work for me. What was, or had the potential to be quite an epic battle, certainly was underwhelming to say the least. Gonna capture as many as I can, then we'll just execute them. Don't want to give any men back to the Holy Roman Empire, really. Especially if we can help it. I do kind of wish that these kinds of mechanics where they can trample worked in newer Total Wars, rather than units having health. So for example, you can just capture like a bunch of dudes by running them down like this, especially when they are fleeing. Not actually during battle, but like when they're all fleeing like this, being able to mop up the battlefield I think is really, really useful. Look at these guys. 80 feudal knights. That looks so damn cool. Well, I'll leave it there. That will do.
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
I sorted 3 losses. Oh, how ridiculous. How ridiculous.
Such is the fate of all
Plus
who
4
oppose us.
dread now.
Yes,
Very easy stuff.
an order.
Right, so Florence is fine.
Yes.
Let's merge these if we can. I think we've merged them as much as they can be, actually. So let's see if we can grab maybe these armored swordsmen out of
Orders.
Bologna.
Yes. Command me, sire.
Grab those guys.
We're combining into a huge force, sire.
And we can carry on.
Marching, sire.
Well, I should probably bring the catapults with me.
Yes.
No matter of what do I replace for a catapult? Not sure.
Is there a sun in your
Hail my king! Hail my king!
Now, one thing I do want to do is obviously retrain these guys, but after I've done that, move the army out of Prague, and then have this army move in, because he has the town militia and spear militia that get free upkeep by being in Prague. We can't attack Stettin because we have the mission to not attack Denmark.
Ships ready!
And we can't attack Spain at the moment, which is why
my king!
we have this chap heading back to Zaragoza. I might head him all the way back to Toulouse just so that he can replenish his swordsmen at some point. That's why I'm avoiding merging those.
Yes.
This turn, one thing we can do is get this army together.
Move!
We need to grab these forces out of here and jump into his army.
Joining forces, my lord.
3 units of archers. I think I'll give him 4.
Yes, sir. Merging armies, my lord.
And then he can go and wipe out those rebels.
None of your knights could best me, you know this. It will be a good day for the crows when we meet, mon ami. At your service.
That's worth 30, that's worth 51. Do we have a merchant heading over here? Apparently he's only making 30 doing that.
At your service.
Go over to the mine.
Command. At your service.
Let's have a look at these,
At your service.
and how good they are.
At your service.
Not very. We can, however, recruit more, so I'm very tempted to do so in Britain. However, it's, I think, more profitable for me to do it here at Cairo and Alexandria. There is some more.
Me, you coward. At your service.
Some more rebels outside Paris. That's kind of frustrating.
Aye, sire.
You will have to fight us for these waters.
My lord. Hail my king. Your will, sire.
I don't know where these guys came from, but I'll probably get Anselm Pilson out of London at some point, as he could be useful in picking up a new army. Let's go ahead and do that.
Sire, we are leaving the fight. My lord.
Take him to Khan. And what I'll do in the meantime is start building some forces at Angers. Good. That's going to spend a bit more of our cash. How are we doing in terms of relations with the Pope? Oh, pretty badly. Can we talk to the Pope? No, we cannot. We've already done that this turn. Let's get rid of this guy. Goodbye. Gets rid of that diplomat. Stops the Imperial. The Holy Roman Empire, sorry, from talking to the Pope for the time being. So that's good. Because the last thing I need right now is a mission to stop attacking the Holy Roman Empire, because otherwise it will stop us from having pretty much anything to do.
Yes, your highness.
Oh, we have a lot of priests.
God's servant.
Just get them all out. And they can help us convert this.
God's servant.
As for this merchant, he can jump onto the sugar. That is fine.
At your service.
Like only level 2 yet. It gives him 100 and something per turn. It's absolutely nuts.
Journeying onward. As you command.
I'm going to manually move these just so they don't get blocked.
On my way. At your service. Journeying onward.
Cool.
Sire, my lord.
Now, one thing I will want to do at some point is move my capital. Because currently London is my capital, right? How do I open the summary? Yeah, this is currently our capital. What might be worth doing is moving our capital to Paris, which is a bit blasphemous considering I'm English, but what it will do is help with public order due to regions far away being far from the capital. So, for example, here, if I go into show, not building browser, settlement details, we have distance to capital 20%, and that's increasing or decreasing public order. And that's a problem. So eventually I'll have to move it. Where to? I'm not entirely sure if Paris is the right idea. It might be worth going a bit more central. Maybe Dijon. Really does depend. Obviously, as we start taking over the rest of the world, Rome's probably the best. Because that's the most central on the map, more or less. Something to think about in the future, I think. For now, 1,000 left in the treasury. I think we are good.
Hail my king!
So let's go and move on to the next turn. I always find it difficult when you get like into the late game of Medieval 2, like moving on through turns, because you never know if you've done everything you wanted to. You often left things not done. It's kind of annoying. Oh, hello, Milan. You come back to attack Florence.
My liege.
Oh yeah,
We
wasn't I
must make
going
a
to
stand.
get that
We are
navy
besieged.
to pick up my army and put it on Sardinia? That was the plan. Cairo is going to be attacked though by quite a large army. Wow.
The enemy lays siege.
Probably going to have to
We must prevail.
save myself there. Merchant coming in. Taking out my new merchant. That's annoying. It backfired. Holy shit. That was like a rank 8 or rank 9 merchant. I got so lucky there. Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Merchants Guild in Florence. Sure, why not? Makes sense. New mission by the Pope. Ceased hostilities with the Holy Roman Empire. Just what I didn't want. Settlement besieged. That is fine. Another settlement besieged. And nice. Great job, man. He didn't even level up from that. We have 26,000 at the end of the turn. That is just crazy. I've got a couple of settlement upgrades, that's good. I think we should probably look for more settlement upgrades if we can, because I believe there were some that I haven't done yet. Or maybe I have. Probably best to just click through like this. Just to make sure. Settlement upgrades are always on the left. That's what I'm currently looking at. There we go. Who's can upgrade? They do cost a lot, which is why I want to do it while I have the money. And it's worth doing because it prevents public order issues in the future. Other than that, it's more just a matter of public order. So, for example, building a church here. Getting the brothel here would be a good idea. Probably should get some communal farming going in Innsbruck since the population is actually declining there. And we will want to repair the walls. That took a lot of damage apparently. Either way, so yeah, time to break off.
Fleet ready, sire.
The siege here.
I use my king.
And after doing so, we'll
They'll
attack
wish they'd never been born, sire.
Genoa.
Hail
I'm going to
my
bring this guy
king.
out and just attack, like so.
As you will, my king. To
Good.
By God's will, we have triumphed!
Oh, wow. That actually destroyed Milan. That was the last family member. That's really good, actually, because it means that I can probably take these guys out quite easily.
Yes, my lord. Engaging the enemy.
Yeah, nice. Because they're rebels, they die really fast.
Our people rule these waters.
And it's going to make it able for
Yes,
me
sir.
to just
Full
take
sail.
those settlements nice and easy, or settlement. I'm not entirely sure
Aye, sire.
if this is only one settlement or two. I think it's only one. Actually, it must be two, because this is owned by Sicily, so unless Milan attacked Sicily and took it, I don't know. Either way, that's job done. Milan is destroyed, which is good.
Hail, my king.
We can sneak into the Imperial capital, or not. We can try, and fail. Sure. That was amusing.
Hail, my
Right, let's
king.
bring these guys out. And we'll put him
Hail,
in.
my king.
And we'll keep
Command
as many
me,
men as
sire.
we need here in order to sort out public order. So,
Orders.
I think we'll just leave the mercenaries here.
Sire. My lord.
Actually, I do need the mercenary spearmen, but I don't need the crossbowmen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. We can turn down the tax rate a little bit. Nice. Sorted out.
An order.
So this is Henry. He is now 50. He's been absolutely awesome throughout the campaign so far. He is going to prepare to take down the Holy Roman Empire. I think what I'm going to do here is maybe try and leave this, if I can, in the hands of a few spear militia.
With honor, sire. By your command.
How far are we off? 45%. If we go low tax rate, 75%.
Hail, my king. Orders.
Let's leave
As
those
you
guys.
Sire. Orders.
And those guys.
Yes, sire.
That is fine. We will have like extra men there next turn anyway. And we are building the church. We'll probably queue up the council chambers as well. Go for 5 units of spear militia.
Hail, my king.
Good.
It is not your forces I count, Lord.
That's a Hungarian spy.
It is not your
Okay.
forces I
Looks similar
count,
to my
Lord.
own. Right, he's
Yes,
going to head
my
north anyway
liege.
because we're not
We
at
shall
war with
continue
Hungary and we're not
tomorrow,
at
my
war
liege.
with Venice. So
Yes, your highness.
that is fine. Right, we did have to assassinate someone.
God's servant.
Or like take them out.
In
It's like a
God's
heretic, so we've got to go and kill them.
I am spent, sire.
That's where we're going to
I
head
shall
with
continue
our
tomorrow.
cardinal.
Yes, your highness.
We're not going to
At your service.
be able to break out of this, I don't feel.
Nirawadi, infidel.
But we can do a lot of damage if they
Away
attack.
with you, infidel!
Very tempted to get some forces from Alexandria to come help us out. Build the port there. Important. Do I want to do that? No, I don't think so. Let's build some more spear militia just in case we lose this. But I have faith in our king. I do. So we will leave him to it. If they decide to attack us with some siege equipment,
Daughter of
I'm
the
sure we
crown.
can defend. And if we can't, then so be it. Fate will be decided.
My king.
Right, this army
Hail,
needs
my
to head up to
king.
Toulouse. This guy needs to attack these
Command me,
rebels.
sire. They'll wish
Oh, we're
they'd
not in
never
range.
been
That's
born.
frustrating.
Speak your horrid
I was
tongue.
hoping we'd be able to take
At
him
your
out,
service.
but never mind.
At your service.
We're heading to this
my
wine, so
way.
let's head in that direction. And since we do have this chap and some available, I'm thinking we pick up some men from Angers and then go and crush this rebellion at France.
Will, sire.
We'll leave him in here because I want to get a couple units of mailed knights and a unit of spearmen, because We need something to counter cavalry, and I believe they do have some
You are
chivalric
not my
knights,
lead.
so that's important. And then the rest of the cash can go towards the Pope. Good old Popey. I'm sure he'd like 6,000 cash.
You truly
There we go.
It has been
That's going to bring us back up to 5. As for this spy, well, I think it's time to get into another Venetian city if we can.
God's servant.
Your orders, sire. Need someone removed.
Can I assassinate the Pope?
You have a target in mind, my king.
How are we doing for cardinals? I think the Venetian guy would become the next leader if we did that. It might not be a bad thing. Let's just try and assassinate the Pope.
Target, sire.
Missed.
Stalking the target.
Are you trying
That's
to
unfortunate.
give me an order?
Oh well.
My king.
Nothing
your
quite like
service.
assassinating the
Yes,
Pope.
Your Highness.
This guy doesn't need to be here anymore. That's 94% Catholic. Pretty nuts. Probably better off heading him towards the heathens down south. Or maybe across to here, actually.
On my way.
Seems like a good idea.
Continuing one
And
side
considering
quest.
I can recruit priests here, I might do so. Yeah, let's get a couple priests and we'll start heading them down towards the Byzantines. Because I think they are Orthodox. Either way, unfortunately guys, it has been my time. What we're going to do in the next episode is probably wait a couple turns so that we can attack Denmark. We can hit them at Stettin, especially if they leave it undefended. And then from there, move on to Stockholm at some point. We do have the navy that we'll start to bring back. And yeah, the idea being take over Stettin, put these guys in port, move the army up to Stockholm. We'll take that off them and move on from there. We will destroy the Holy Roman Empire if we can. I'm not going to attack Hungary yet, probably not going to attack Venice. We will take this rebel province off of the rebels though, after destroying Milan. So that's also something to do as well. But the majority of everything was done for this turn anyway. So we'll probably just move on in the next episode. But that's all for now. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.